Hey y'all, this is Thomas. I was talking to a friend of mine who's kind of skeptical about getting into crypto, and I was just telling him about klimadao, and he said most of these cryptos are going to go to zero, and unfortunately, I quite frankly agree with him. Yet some of them are not scams. I repeat, not a scam if you have over 14 million in your treasury worth of carbon credits, and carbon credits have just increased over 60% in the last year. There's huge capital flowing into the carbon credit market, the voluntary carbon credit market, as the cost of capital continues to decrease for companies that are ESG compliant. So that's the whole reason why they're going to do it, is because the cost of capital is continuously going down for companies that are ESG friendly. And so KlimaDAO's purpose is to collect as much cheap carbon out of the carbon credit market, the voluntary carbon credit market, and they're priced relatively high at the moment. Nowhere near their all-time highs, but honestly, it's just a great buying opportunity. I'm not telling you to buy because, of course, everybody knows this is not financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence. You got to become familiar with this space. If I'm bullish on the carbon credit market, because in order for the Paris Climate Accord to become a reality, there's just no way that these prices can keep up with in order to reduce the amount of carbon by 2030. The price of carbon credits has to increase drastically, because we're not going to repopulate the entire 40% of the living space that humans use today. So the cost of capital is decreasing for companies that are ESG compliant, which is going to drive them to comply. It's going to make them want to lower their lending rates. So this is going to continue to be the fastest growing sector. People thought the electric vehicle. Oh, my dog's here. People thought the electric vehicle craze was something big, but it's not going anywhere in comparison to the carbon treasury market. It's going to continue to go up. And had some visitors. And so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna continue to try to bring awareness to this project. There are some big players in this project. I don't want to cause FOMO, so, chasing big names into the project, but Rich Dad Poor Dad is one of the biggest wallet holders for klimadao. You gotta sift through a lot of information to come about this information here, but it's there, and there's some heavy hitters, some big billionaires who are looking to get in front of this, not just for the environmental aspects of it, but the fact that it's going to continuously go up in prices. It's a black hole for carbon. The whole point of this is to collect all the cheap carbon credits that are out there, and klimadao has done a great job going for the verified carbon assets through Vera. They're like 85% of all carbon credits issued the last year were Vera carbon credits, and they have plans on working with soon. From what I've ascertained from the developers, that soon, once they achieve 51% of the Vera carbon credit market, they'll then switch and start purchasing a lot of the gold standard carbon credits. If you're not familiar with Vera and gold's the gold standard carbon credits, we could do a future episode on that and the legitimacy behind them. That's kind of like the third party. If you're checking up on this website, sometimes you'll see that they're talking about third party verified, and that is the third party that they're speaking of, which is they're sanctioned by UN and all the top guys, all the top governments, because that's how the way that the compliance market is working, is they're having to buy these carbon credits across the board. So Klima's objective is to purchase all of the cheap carbon credits and stake them and long-term hold them, so that in order to raise the floor value of the carbon credit itself, which is an ingenious idea. Honestly, this, as I was talking to my brother about it, and I was telling him the best way for me to describe it is an attempt to short squeeze the carbon credit market, and really raise the price of pollution, so that these companies have to protect the future of our children. If they want to make a sustainable living as a business operator, they need to provide a sustainable living for the future generations of the planet. So yeah, that's just a little quick update. I'm going to continue to post videos on klimadao. It's a relatively new project. I think it had a really big push already. There was the money, a lot of money flowed into it, and so of course some people took profits as the market started to turn down, but that's acceptable. But the opportunity here is for real investment, because the carbon credits are real. Like I said, they're verified, and they're basically NFT'd through the Toucan protocol, which prevents them from being double spent, and so they really took their time to build a legit cryptocurrency. And one of the beautiful things about this currency is that it's actually backed by the carbon credits themselves, which everyone knows about fiat currencies now. It become a big craze. Everybody knows that the US dollar is not backed by anything but a promise, and that goes without saying for the most of all the other governments around. So this is actually becoming a carbon credit backed currency, and like I said, through the Paris Climate Accord and just the fundamental reasons, with the price of capital going down for companies that comply, the price of the carbon credit itself is going to continue to go up, and these are being staked on the klimadao network. So they're not being spent; they're being staked for long-term use. They'll be there for a long time, and this is going to continue to be a raging bull market for the next, honestly, I want to say 30 years. This is a huge opportunity. I think that this is still the early stages of the entire market. Most people have no idea what a carbon credit is, or carbon offset credits. So that's normally lets you know that you're in the right direction. And there are some really big financiers of this space. So I can definitely see this going a long way, and helping the environment, because that's a great thing. Who doesn't want to have beautiful forest? And as the klimadao team continuously progresses, they're adding different types of carbon credits to the treasury. which we can do a breakdown on that, on the blue carbon credits, and just the different types that are out there. They're all carbon credits are not created equal. So that is something that has to be delved deep into. And like I said, I think they had a great idea with just starting with the cheapest carbon credits, because that's the way that you increase the you're just increasing the supply in the treasury for the klimadao, which is gonna, you're getting more bang for your buck. And like I said, because they're not planning on being spent, it's gonna raise the floor, the carbon credit floor. And yeah, I can keep going on this because it's just such an interesting topic, and I'm just a nature lover. I love being outside. Again, I'm coming to you live from the ranch, so anytime y'all want to get on some horses, let me know. Yeah, check us out. Check us, like and subscribe. I do have another YouTube channel. It's called Easy Times Horse Rides. I'm looking to put some more videos up on there as well, so you can follow us on our nature journey and see what it's all about. Have a good day. Hope to see y'all soon.